So, talking today briefly on a very important philosophical point in astrology that I'm going to continue to remind you about as you join me on this journey of uh, growing my library of content, especially with regard to aspect of the day series and any individual placement videos that I do in the future. And that is the point that astrology is not about causation, okay? So just because you have a particular aspect in your chart or a particular placement, it doesn't cause you to make certain decisions or be a certain way. And conversely, just because you do not have a certain aspect or placement in your chart, it doesn't mean that you can't embody the qualities of that placement or aspect in your own way, or that you're not naturally inclined to embody those qualities from some other position in your chart. Okay, so this is a very important thing for you to keep in mind. And there are many reasons for this, right? But as divine persons, we do have the power of choice. And we get to a crossroads and we can take this route or that route for any number of reasons or no reasons at all. Or we can decide to disregard those choices and take another path that's maybe not in clear view, right? That's where creativity comes in. And we act on an inspiration, right? So astrology is not about causation, and in fact, nothing really is. Not even science is about causation. Science, even the hardest sciences, are about drawing correlations between things. Oh, when this phenomenon takes place, that one also does. Maybe they're connected somehow. Let's investigate it, right? At the end of the day, causation doesn't really exist. That would require two things, two phenomena, to be exactly the same, to share an identity. And that actually violates the logical law of identity. Two things can't occupy the same exact space at the same exact time. They can't have the same exact essence, right? That would mean that they're the same. And no two things are the same, in fact. But there are qualities that we all share that make us able to connect with each other. We share things with the rest of nature that allow us to connect with nature and therefore connect with ourselves in a deeper way, to learn about the world in a way that's more rich and allows us to embody our uniqueness and give of our gifts to the world. That's really our purpose, right? Our purpose is not to causally be at the mercy of whatever nature determines we have to do or have to be, right? We can flow with nature while still maintaining our own autonomy, our own identity, and our own decision-making power, or we can just go with the flow and not think about anything we do, say, and kind of be floating down the river of life without a paddle and without any foresight, you know? We want to build our raft, build a solid paddle, and navigate the waters of life, navigate the river of life in a way that's conscious and empowering, but also flows with it. Okay, it's very important. And astrology is just one of many tools that allows us to do that in a more conscious way. You know, if you're not living consciously, but you sort of worship astrology, then you're just going to be someone else who's acting unconsciously all the time, using astrology for evil rather than for good, right? To validate your own bad behavior and all of your delusions in life. And you can use any tool for that purpose, not just astrology. But because of its innate power, it can really lead someone down a wrong path as much as it can lead someone down the right one. So use astrology as a tool, for self-improvement and for cultivating better decision-making at the end of the day and becoming one with that which you actually are. You know, your birth chart shows you the tendencies that you're likely to have in certain kinds of situations. And it gives you a map of timing for certain kinds of events through the transits and from your rising sign. So there's so many tools in astrology at your disposal for so many different applications, okay? Just be intentional when you use astrology and know that you're not doomed. You know, the world is not deterministic. And you're not a slave to how you are and what the world is bestowing upon you. You always have decision-making power. You choose your values and you choose the motivations from which you act. Okay, so if you keep your intentions pure, your motivations, well, free of motivations, really, you want to be able to act on what's true and good and allow the circumstances to end up being what they are. You know, you can't control the consequences of your actions. You can only control the intention from which you act. So maintain purity in that regard and try to do the right thing all the time. And that's what astrology is here to help us to do. Okay? But you can choose to do the opposite. So don't do that. All right? I just wanted to give you that little philosophical spiel. Felt inclined to do it. Actually, my lady, who is a very talented yoga therapist, recommended that I do a video on this for the less conscious people who might find my channel. I'm all about maintaining consciousness and good intention while you're practicing astrology. It's one of my main points that I'm going to be re-emphasizing as we move along here. Okay, so hope you received this message and hope you have a great day. Cheers.